Right then.
Right then.
Your head's not in the picture,
Well,
Paulie.
it's because it's so big and she doesn't like me being in stuff.
Oh.
Right, I want to start off on a solemn note, unfortunately. Just want to send our condolences out to Jake Carmen, as you would have seen in the chat. He unfortunately lost his wife last week, Bridget. So we're going to send her right then to Bridget. And all we can do is wish you all the best, Jake, to be honest. But quite a difficult one to start off with.
Yeah, take care, Jake. Thinking of you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was hard to read, wasn't it? So sad. Okay, so hopefully this will bring a little smile to your face, Jake, isn't it? So because obviously what a terrible time you're going through. So let's have a look to see that Kevin was here to start with. It's always good to see Kevin. He's our man in the background that looks after our behinds.
I don't feel like the sound of that already.
Oh dear. So he's already said, if you've got a question for us, please do start it with the question, because the comments come thick and fast. So that'll be good. Sorry, my phone was flashing there.
Thick and fast. We're 50% of those things.
Oh dear. Barted me off, that has. So and Barbara's here, so lovely to see Barbara, my favourite time of the week, 2 days early. Yes, we try and do it on a Thursday every week, but depending on, like, of course, racing, we've got a friend's wedding this week. We're heading off to Cornwall to our close friend's wedding, and we're looking forward to that, aren't we? So that's why we couldn't do it Thursday this week. But we do love our hour, so we try and pop it in whenever we can. So and amazing to hear about our transatlantic birthday cruise. Yeah, it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. We talked about it a lot in our last live, but we're more than happy to answer lots of questions if you've got them about it here. So Greg and Kathy are here, and Nick's here. So that's lovely. And Corinne's here. Randy very early tonight. Oh, well, I'm sure we'll have a laugh about that on Discord later, Corinne.
Whatever floats your boat, Corinne.
Oh dear.
See how Carole still can't pronounce your name.
Oh, don't start.
Corinne.
So Rachel Jeffries here. Hello there. Question: did you have to pay extra in the Golden Lion pub on Queen Mary 2? Looking at brochure, Queen Anne says it's an extra charge. Oh no way.
They hang on. One, in all fairness, somebody did give me an inkling of this the last few days, but I forgot to tell Carole, which isn't a lot of good, because it, like, basically information, if it goes into my ears, then I'll say it's never going to be heard from again unless it's an 80s music quiz.
Yes.
But somebody did inkling at that, so maybe they're following suit with the rest of the Carnival Corporation and trying to stiff you for stuff. It is a shame, because obviously the only thing they do in the Golden Lion pub over and above drink is they do a lunchtime menu, which is only on for a couple of hours, 2.5 hours most days. On
the Queen Mary, but I think if Amanda's in here, she was on Queen Victoria recently, and I'm sure they'd extended the menu into the evening.
Well,
so there's a couple of questions, actually, if the guys in the comments can help us out here.
So do we have to put a question before that?
No.
So Kevin can tell us. If we ask you a question, have we got to say question?
No, this is very interesting, because if that is the case, that's really sad, because the pub's always been complimentary in the 7 previous Cunard cruises we've done. But as Paul said about Carnival, Princess, you'll all have heard about Princess. They're starting. If you've got the standard package, you have to pay $15 to use the app. You have to the pizza place, Alfredo's or GG's, is now $14.95. So if it is, does anyone know how much it's going to be?
And as we reported last week, and as I foolishly promised, there's been massive price increases for the drinks on Cunard, for the package and the drinks. I haven't done it yet, but I promised you it'd be done by the end of the week, and it will be. So I'm going to make Carole drive to Cornwall tomorrow.
Well, you set the
so that should give me 17 or 18 hours to get it done.
I don't drive that slow.
Yeah, she does.
I don't. So so let's see if anyone's put anything in the comments, just to see if we can see. Let's have a look. Yes, you do. Question is important. So Kevin's saying.
Well, we've already said question, haven't we? Could you pass me a tissue?
I know we're both a bit. Let's see. So I can't see anything about the dinners yet. So let's go back to where we were, just so we can carry on with the questions. Like I said, if you've got anything for us, just jot them down. So that's a very good question, Rachel. So thank you for bringing that up, because that is different to what we experienced last week, isn't it? So Nick's asking, what do you look for when booking a cruise line itinerary, for example? It used to be...
Can I field this one?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. I didn't look for anything, Nick, because Carole would just say to me, oh, by the way, between me and my other husband, Dan, the travel agent, I've booked this cruise. So I don't really have to look for anything. I just do as I'm told, and I drive the car or I carry the suitcase.
He does have some input. Dan's not here today because he's on Virtuosa with his godchildren, so he looks like he's having fun with the kids there, so that's great.
So what do you look for when booking a cruise?
Look for, it used to be ship, predominantly now, because we've now cruised, that's our 48th, was it? 49th? No, it's very itinerary based, because we've been to a lot of places. New ships do excite us, or new ships like the Morella Voyager, wherever that was going, I wanted to be on that, because we love Morella. And the same with Queen Anne. The itinerary didn't even come into it. I thought, I want to see what Cunard have done with their new ships. Other new ships that's come out, like, the Royal Caribbean and those, we haven't been so eager to get on them. However, mostly now it's itineraries. Like, we're planning loosely for 2025, and there's a couple more bucket list areas of the world that we want to hit. Japan being one of them, and South Pacific. So we're looking at that sort of itineraries at the moment. So and it depends what fits in with that, and then we would go to what company would suit us best in those areas. And also we're also going to be looking, the plan is, because we haven't got very much booked, have we, for next year, is to do a little bit sort of more last minute ad hoc things. Have a look and say, do you know what, actually that ship looks interesting, let's do that. And that would probably be cruises maybe from Europe or from Southampton on ships that we think, oh, that would be a bit different. So that might be coming up in the next year. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Good.
For the last 2 years, Carole's been saying, now I've retired, what we can do is some last minute stuff. But she then proceeded to go on a booking frenzy.
I did. With
stuff in advance. So we never physically, I know it's first world problems and poor me, which is not what I'm trying to get across at all, but it's not. So we've never had the time to do anything last minute. So hopefully now, we've still got stuff planned, but we have got bigger windows than we normally would have. So hopefully something might drop in, like
I'm waiting for a cheap Silver Sea.
Silver Seas.
I don't think it exists, does it?
7-day Silver Seas cruise for 400 quid, that sort of thing. I haven't, I'm not setting my sights high.
Yes. But anyway, let's see. So Claire's here. So lovely to see Claire. Yeah, she was saying about lots of mentions on Travel Blog. Jamie did his first live last night, which we were chatting with in the comments. He did a great job. So yes, that was a lot of fun. So let's have a look. So Sherry's asking, hi Sherry, good afternoon from the US. Question, what is extra on Cunard, and is it cheaper to buy drinks one at a time or a package if you only drink a couple of drinks a day?
We can't tell you that, Sherry. What we have to do is direct you to our website. I'm only joking. It's a very subjective question, because it depends what you drink.
Well, only a couple of days. So definitely don't not get the package.
You definitely don't want the drinks package. And even if you drink a very expensive drink a couple a day, for instance, when we were in the nightclub, when we were very naughty stop outs, and
G32's fab.
And I was cidered out, and it was about 2:30 in the morning. Well, it was a bit earlier than that, but we stayed there till 3, which is disgraceful behaviour, and we should know better. But Carole was drinking large glasses of Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes, I went large.
And I was drinking large bourbon and Diet Cokes. And that was coming in at $32 a round, which in the grand scheme of things, if you haven't just been to New York, it wasn't that offensive.
Yeah, it's true.
But even if you're having a large whatever, or a large bourbon or a large whatever, that's still only going to set you back $15, $16, $17. So 2 of those a day, you're sub $40. The drinks package now is $75 a day
per person.
Per person per day.
Which we worked out our bill at the end. For our regular drinks, like a small Sauvignon and a Thatcher's Gold, it was $17.
Yeah.
82.
So we worked it out that even though there's lots of factors as well, like are there lots of sea days? Because if there's lots of sea days, you're not getting off the ship so much. You're going to drink more. Because we've just done a week in New York, and not at any day did we go out and get drunk. There's some days we had a few more drinks than others. It's usually when Kevin Benes was there because he's a very bad influence on us. But when we got on the cruise the first day, I find that the first day is always the day you drink the most, because you get on there, you're very, very excited. You're on a cruise. Oh my God. And then the last night you always say, well, I'm going to be sensible tonight because it's the last night, and you go mad again. But even the first night we didn't go mad because we'd had the week away.
Yeah, and we had an early night, actually. We were shattered, weren't we?
And we worked out that we saved $400 by not having the drinks package.
So you can buy the drinks package up until the second day. So we always advise people, if you're not sure, check out our prices when on our website, but also don't do it straight away if you're unsure, unless sometimes cruise companies, not often, they will do a sale and they will offer the drinks package for a reduced rate. So that is something to look out for.
But we've never seen that on Cunard.
Not on Cunard, but Royal Caribbean do that because their drinks go up and down.
Yeah. But to put it into perspective, Cunard's package has just gone up $75. Talking to lots of people, and we experience the same. Royal Caribbean's drinks package is over $100 a day per person, and they have sales now and again. But if they don't have a sale, that's ridiculous amount to me. $200 a day for drink.
Mad. Mandy's asking, have you ever got an absolute bargain of a cruise? If so, which one was it? And welcome home. Have we ever got a real bargain? We started looking at bargains just before lockdown, wasn't it? Because we booked, and that was the gutter.
That was
because
the biggest bargain we ever had was the first one that we
was
ever cancelled.
We wanted to try Norwegian, and we still do, Norwegian Cruise Line, and we booked. I was just thinking, we booked Norwegian Bliss, flights included to New York, and then a cruise around the Bahamas and Caribbean, and flights home, and it was 12 nights, and it was £1,200 a person, and we were like, oh my God, that's a bargain. Booked it about beginning of February.
Just to interject, it was £1,200, like Carole said, and that was with upgrading our hotels to slightly better hotels. So it was 5 nights in New York, and I think it was somewhere in Times Square, but it was exactly where we needed to be.
Yeah, it wasn't 5, it was 3, I think.
No, it was 5. It was 5 and 7. It was a 7-night cruise and a 5-night New York stay. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was £1,200. It was, and that instead including the flights. That is absolutely bananas, man.
But we didn't go on it because COVID came. Yeah. So that was a gutter, but that's the best one we've had, isn't it? Before that, we had spotted a few Morella, a week away for £600 with flights included. But you don't see that often now. No. I don't think you see that often with a lot of companies, a lot of lads, and it's a shame. But you can understand people aren't dropping their prices like they used to, which is a shame for us as bargain hunters. So Maureen's here, love to see Maureen and Anne. So thank you, Anne, for coming, and Andy and Carla. So many familiar faces, and we really appreciate you being here. Tony saying welcome home, and Will from the Shires here. Man United, Will, Paulie.
Yeah. Another good performance against 10-man Nottingham Forest on the weekend. No, I shouldn't be mean to Will because he bought me a beer last week.
He did. He gave me a little super chat.
Yeah, lovely.
So Amanda's saying, could you please say hi to my other half, Phil Johnson? We always watch you together, and he has been my rock for the last 20 years. A shout out from you would make him smile. Right then, Phil. Lovely to see you.
Evening, Phil.
So thanks so much for watching. So let's have a look. Yvonne's here. Alf is here as well. So love to see Yvonne.
Who's here?
Alfie.
Oh. Well, Alfie, so question. Are you watching the football tonight? If so, where are you watching it? Because it's not on anywhere.
I know, Paul's frustrated because it's Spurs Fulham, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And it's not being televised unless maybe Alfie's got a hooky box.
Oh no, you get like 30 years for that illegal streaming. You can murder people and get 12 years, but if you illegally stream some football, you get 30 years.
Ken goes cruising here. So love to see you, Ken and Lindsay. So sat in. Is it Bridgewater? No, was that where you do your carnival? Somerset.
They're down by the Thatcher's factory, aren't they?
Yeah, Thatcher's Gold. And Reese saying is, hi from Catherine and Reese. Question, is the live going to be as epic as the last one and be 90 minutes long? I know, that was mad, wasn't it? We had so much to talk about, but we'll stay as long as people want to ask us questions. So, but we have got to go out tonight because I don't know if you watched our Azamara series, but Andy, who I met in Adelaide, who was my old nursing colleague from cardiology, Ward 13 at Gloucester Royal, is back in the UK. So we met a few weeks ago when he first arrived, and we're catching up before he flies home. So we're going to pop down to Wetherspoons just to catch up. So that'd be nice.
But if Alfie comes back to me with a solution for watching the football,
know
this live, as far as I'm concerned, will finish at 7:45.
Yes, Kevin's
here.
I'll
still be here, but I'll be
facing that way. Oh dear, gosh, so many people here. So Catherine and Lou, so thanks so much. So let's see. Yes, very sad. Tina's just saying that was a sad start. We're all thinking of you, Jake, because that's just tough. So Susan say hi from Manchester and hi from Thailand. It just still blows my mind that there's people around the world that watch our live. So thank you so much for that.
Especially from Manchester.
Yes. And also Nick's in Pershore. Very wet Pershore. Yeah, it's been a miserable day, hasn't it? Actually, we managed to cut the grass today. Well, Paulie managed to cut the grass. In between showers, but there you are. So let's have a look. So Catherine's just saying, even though sitting here getting very excited about a cruise on Celebrity Beyond next week, also booked the same ship, the Caribbean, February next year. Beyond excited. Beyond is a fantastic ship. We loved it.
Are you not gonna,
Beyond excited?
Gonna give her a shout out for that awesome pun?
I know.
I hope it's. What I will say, that's other things we talked about price increases. We did Le Petit Chef, which I thought was the food was nice, and the concept was fabulous. It was very very entertaining.
For those that don't know, Petit Chef, no, because people don't know what you're talking about.
I was going to tell them.
Okay, then.
So when you go to Le Petit Chef, your table is like an animation. So there's obviously overhead things which animate things onto your table, including your plate. You'll have like a pot of boiling potatoes there and something else going on. There's a little train goes past. It's fabulous. Yeah. And then you've got this chef that comes out and talks to you, who's a little animated chef. He's a Le Petit Chef. Yes. And it's a great concept, and it's for kids of all ages. And when we did that cost us around about $50. Now, we were talking to somebody that was recently on there, and they said, oh, yeah, we did Le Petit Chef. It's fabulous, isn't it? But $80 is enough money. And I was like, you squeeze me? And apparently it's now about $80, which if that is the case, it is pretty scandalous. Yeah. Because it's a fabulous idea, but it's not $80 worth of fabulous idea.
But you'll have an amazing time. There's so many good places to eat, and their buffet. We couldn't keep Paul away from the Indian section on the buffet. And also, don't forget to go to Eden at lunchtime, because they have a fantastic cafe. Just go into Eden and turn to the left, and people don't find it, do they?
They've got like a hot meat section, so they're almost like a carvery, but it's not with veg and stuff. It's more sort of like a sandwich orientated. Yeah. So they do fabulous salads, they do sandwiches, they do little puddings, they do all sorts of stuff. It's really, really nice place to go. And like you said, there's a little outside area you can go and take your food, or you can just sit in the little
it's
cafe.
Lovely.
It's a great place.
And don't forget to go to the shows. We love the shows.
We could be here all day.
And Martini Bar. Make sure you go see the guys at Martini Bar and stay for they call it the chandelier show, and they all do the cocktails and throw in and stuff. It's brilliant. I'm sure that's what they call it, cocktail throw in.
That's what it's called.
Yes. So have a fabulous time.
Yes. Well, you will have a fabulous time.
Yeah. Jerry's saying, question, was there any grumpy Paulie Morgan on the crossing?
There was no.
Yes, there was.
No, there wasn't.
Yes, there was.
When was that?
Every time I asked you to go outside to go for a walk around the promenade, it's too windy.
Well, let me tell you, Jerry. So
there was.
It was quite.
My sister can verify that.
Yes, but she'll say the same. The thing is with Jane, she's so polite. She'll be like, Jane, should we go outside? Yeah, okay. And what she's saying is, no, I don't want to go outside because it's freezing and blowing a gale. But so we're in t-shirts or whatever, blouses, whatever these women wear these days. I don't know what clothes is called. And they said, should we go for a walk outside then? And then because I now got me long stick for me 360, which is like 75 foot long. It's that long. I thought it was going to snap where the wind was blowing it so much. And I'm trying to hold on to it like this.
Like
and
he
then,
was fishing for
and then,
shark.
And then Carole says, well, wave at the camera then. Wave at the camera. It's like, well, yeah, because I don't want this camera anymore, do I? He's literally taking 2
I want a little strap to go around his arm.
Mate, I needed a strap to go around my body like I was marlin fishing. And she's still like, oh, wave then.
It was very windy. I love a walk around the promenade, regardless of the weather.
Well, do it then. I ain't stopping you. You know, I like drinking Jack Daniels.
Paul tried to do a new thing with his 360. We were laughing this morning because I said, just walk around the promenade and then you do it on time lapse. He walked all the way around the promenade on Queen Mary. Do you know how long the time lapse is? 3 seconds. I think he has to change his settings on his camera.
That's going to be a world beater, that is, when I upload that.
That did make me laugh this morning. Anyway, so yes, there was some grumpiness, but not lots, only if we had to go outside. But
it was Carole-induced grumpiness because there was lots of nice things. I'm not going to, I'm not rubbing it into anybody, but there was only one football match when I was on there. And that was the mighty Spurs against
you watched more than one.
I watched one game of football of interest, and that was Tottenham.
United.
And that was Tottenham Man United. And of course, we smashed them into the ground. Sorry, Will.
Oh dear. Kevin's asking, could I book a kennel on QM2 for me, or just must I bring a dog? Do you know what? I think it's hard to find out the fares for the dogs, but because apparently it's really, really expensive, and we were told that it's just as expensive to bring a dog on as it is for a person. But you can't. I've never been able to, and I must say I haven't looked that hard, but I wonder if anyone knows how much it is to do a 7-day crossing with a dog. So do let us know. See, when we get Corinne's told us off again. Look,
well, that's
Corinne.
It's even worse now, isn't it? Corinne.
Emphasis first symbol.
Corinne.
Anyway, Lisa's saying hi from Memphis, Tennessee. Hello there, Lisa. And Peter's here from Australia.
Oh, mate, don't do it.
How was the crossing? We did our TA in January. It was rough. We had great weather. Well, we didn't have great weather. We had calm seas, is what I mean to say. Yeah. So we hardly felt the ship. Yeah. A little sway from time to time, particularly if you were in the Commodore Club, because that was right at the front and higher up. But the seas were very calm. We didn't have more than 1.5 meter waves, did we? So it was fab. The weather was so mixed. One day it was pouring rain, one day it was foggy, one day it was never really hot apart from the first day. And actually, when we were coming into Southampton, our last day the sun came out, didn't it? Which surprised us.
If you want to hear a contradictory statement, just listen to that last one. It was never hot at all, apart from the first day and the last day.
So it was hot.
The weather was fantastic. Well, actually, it wasn't. It was 5 days was rubbish. Oh. It was really windy. And other than that, there's a question in there somewhere, but I can't remember who asked it, and they want to know the difference between a cruise liner and
we haven't got to that yet.
We have. It was up there and it was down there. You've been going.
Chris has asked. I was on the QM2 the week before you guys did the Transatlantic New York. It was fabulous. It was my very first cruise. I think I may be hooked. Yes, it is addictive. So yeah, it's a great way to do this. If you can do the Transatlantic Queen Mary too. I'm glad we did that. First one on there.
Moran, is it?
No, I don't think so. No, my cousin's called Chris Moran, but I'm sure he would have told me.
Are you Carole's cousin?
Right. And Edward Post is here. Great to be joining the live. Yes, lovely to see you here. Nick's asking, what's the difference between an ocean liner and a cruise ship?
Don't.
It's all about the hull, apparently. Do you know, last week we're gutted because a gentleman called Ron, was it Ron? I did write it down. Ron Benning was saying to us, I don't know if you're in the chat here today, Ron, he was saying that Stephen Payne was in our chat and he asked about, had we gone to the Commodore Club? And I didn't see his comment. And then we thought Stephen Payne, he asked a comment about, did you know that the architect of the QE2, wasn't it? QM2. Anyway, I'm gabbling.
So this is what Carole's trying to say. The weather was great, apart from it's rubbish. What she's trying to say is last week in the chat, but we didn't know it, was the man who designed the Queen Mary tip. That's what she was trying to say in that gabbly. We go gabble Commodore Club.
And his name's Stephen Payne. Yes. So if you spot him, we need to ask him: is he the real Stephen Payne? So because that'd be, but we didn't spot him, which we're gutted about.
It makes it even
because then he could explain.
If it is the real one, it makes it even worse because we didn't even put his question up.
I know.
What have you got to say for yourself?
I know, terrible.
Because hey, it's not me. It's my Ansler. I've got no control over anything at all.
So, ocean liner, basically the hull's thicker, and the ship, from what I've read, it sits lower in the water, so that it's a far more comfortable ride when you're going through.
It's got a different shape hull.
Yes, and it's a lot thicker. It is.
Are we still talking about?
Yes, we are. So Cheryl's asking, greetings from Guadalajara.
Oh, please. Guadalajara. Oh my God. She is one of the most travelled people that I know, and you would have think she hasn't left her own living room with some of her.
Well, just because I can't pronounce some words.
Guadalajara, surely you know where that is.
Guadalajara, yes, I do.
Where is it?
I think it might be Mexico. Is it, Cheryl? Oh, not sure. Paul, do you know?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm not saying you.
You don't. Wouldn't. So thank you for outstanding comment. I wouldn't miss a video. We've got a new video coming out on Friday, which I've just done a little banner for. So I know. Ooh. Where is it? I've lost my banners. Ooh. So we're back to, and if Sandra Meredith's watching, she'll be quite happy. We're off back to Melbourne to tell you all about our stay at the Crown Park Plaza. We've spent 5 days, and we're going on to then our video about Melbourne, because I've wanted to do that since we left Australia, but we've done so much Australian content. I wanted to just mix it up a bit. So Sandra, it's coming. So that's good. So let's hide that.
And just to put you out of your misery, Guadalajara is in Mexico and it's famous for tequila.
You just Googled it on your phone?
Of course I have. Google Claire taught me everything I know.
Oh, so where are we? There we are. So Ken said you'll pass us by on the way to Cornwall. Give us a wave. We will.
Ken, not with our sense of directions. We're more likely to pass the cruise monkeys on the way to Cornwall.
No, we'd have gone really wrong if we'd done that. So Pete's asking, did we enjoy our transatlantic? We did. We had a fabulous time. Like I said earlier, our previous live, we went into detail about everything. So Kevin said that's a tablecloth. What's that?
Oh, I
don't know.
He's a funny Canadian bloke, isn't he? Who knows what he's on about?
Phil D, no. Lots of people are concerned about the Cunard class system. I think it is discreet, not them and us, more us and us. What do you think? I agree. I think we've never had that issue on when we've always cruised in Britannia class. We haven't done Princess Grill and we haven't done Queen's Grill. And everyone that we've met on Cunard, we've never felt that we've been looked down on, or is that we're sort of the common class. Some people have reported that. We've overheard some people, saying, "Oh, we've done this, we've done that, and this, we're amazing." But you get that on every ship, don't you? So, but I don't ever felt that on a Cunard ship.
There is definitely a small element of snootiness, but the snooty people usually stay in Queen's Grill and very rarely come out and mix with the oi polloi. But we've had a fabulous time. We've never had any issues. Like I said, I think I've said this before in a live. The only issues we've ever had with the snootiness was we put a dress code thing out, because I know I'm not casting aspersions on any other bloggers, but bloggers for some reason seem to put a thing about Cunard about it being too posh. It's not too posh. It's as posh as you want to make it. So, I mean, on a lunchtime, I went to the Britannia restaurant, which is the main dining room, in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt on the lunchtime. Obviously, I wouldn't be allowed to do that at night, and I fully appreciate that. I don't think you should be letting any main dining rooms at night with a pair of shorts on, but that's just my own personal feelings.
On Cunard?
On any ship.
Well,
on any ship. If you want to go, to me, the main dining room, and this is where everybody's different, but to me, the main dining room, if you can't be bothered to pull a pair of long trousers on, and I'm not talking like suit trousers or whatever, but at least something that covers all your legs, and wearing flip-flops and stuff, to me, in a main dining room is unacceptable for an evening meal.
I disagree.
Well, that's what I mean. You disagree.
I disagree. I think if you're on cruising in a hot climate and you've got some tailored shorts on and shoes in a dining room, I think that's totally acceptable. I agree. You don't want football shorts and flip-flops.
However, so we put this thing out about what you can wear and where you can wear it to, and we had a comment. Can you stop telling people this information? We don't want that kind of people on Cunard.
Yeah, us basically.
And his name was Mr. Snooty from Snootingham.
Yes. But anyway, I've just updated the dress code because I just put our picture of us in our flapper outfits. Well, me and not Paul on that today. So go and suss that out. And there's all links because it's very easy to dress up for Cunard because they either have black and white nights, red and gold, 20s and masquerade, and you can get all those accessories very cheaply off Amazon, and we've got all the links there, so check those out. So Paul's asking, are there any well-known cruise boat that you don't care for, wouldn't be bothered if you never went back?
Oh, yes. I'm going to say the most controversial one now, and we've been there a lot of times, not only on cruises but also on holidays or on hen do's or stag weekends or whatever. And I think one of the most overrated ports that I've ever been to, as in overrated, is Barcelona. What's the switchboard lighter?
Yeah, we're not fans, are we?
Just don't get it.
We find it quite hard. We did the hop on hop off bus. We've seen main attractions, but we found it very very spaced out, and we didn't feel there was that feeling of uneasiness a lot of the time, wasn't it? But maybe we're going to the wrong places. So if you know Barcelona well, and not that we're planning to go back there very soon,
but obviously,
but everyone's experience is different.
That's well-known cruise ports. I mean, one of the worst cruise ports we ever went to was Durs in Albania, which was awful. We had to walk through a petrol refinery to get to the town. And then we wish we'd have just stayed in the petrol refinery. Felt very very unsafe, very strange.
We just did a circle and went back to the ship.
I think it's just Barcelona that stands out. The one where everybody raves about it, and we just look at each other and think, "Well, I don't get it." But like you said, it's apples.
Steph's here. Cruise with Amber. Lovely to see you. Greetings from the road in Birmingham. Yes, lovely to see you. My accent's coming out.
I'm going to throw one out here now to see if anybody knows this. It's like being sat with Mike Yarwood tonight.
Was he the one with the missing finger? That was what was his name?
Dave Allen. He wasn't even an impersonator.
He was a comedian.
Yeah, but you're doing voices, mate.
I am doing voices.
Yeah. So I thought we'd go for Mike Yarwood, the impersonator.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou's just booked the fjords. So on Iona, any must-dos for the fjords? It depends on your port. So just let us know your ports, Lou, and we can let you know. On Iona, what's the must-dos on Iona? Get to the galley. Not the galley. Oh my God, the quays.
It's just like have you? There's
my brain's
there's a film called The Stepford Wives. There's been 2 versions of this film made. The later one was a bit rubbish with Will Ferrell and I think it was Nicole Kidman, but an overall good concept. And the concept was that women were being replaced by like a robot-y type woman who was like a yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir, and they knew everything because they were super intelligent because they was robots. What's happened with Carole tonight is she was one of the ones that came out the reject bin because she can't seem to string a sentence together. She doesn't know who she is. She can't say Guadalajara. She can't say Corinne.
So, fjord, Iona, go to the shows. We were very impressed with P&O shows, weren't we, in the theatre?
P&O shows. The places she was on about that you need to go for food is the Keys.
The Keys, that's it.
Where they've got the
we love the Keys.
Which at the time of going to press was all included in your cruise fare. Who knows anymore?
I'm sure
you might get to your cabin in the evening and there'll be a bloke there, like an old bus conductor with a ticket machine. And if you want to lie on the bed, they might start charging you for that. Yeah, that's a tenner, mate. There you go.
Cruise lines, they are. And Catherine's just saying on Q, I'm off on Princess next week. Got Princess Plus, but because it was booked so long ago, only get gratuitous Wi-Fi and drinks to $15. Still got to pay for the other stuff on that package. See how it goes. Yeah. So, because a lot of the stuff now you have to go to Princess Premium to get, don't you? Yeah. So it's interesting. Well, Hayley's asking when will our transatlantic vlog be out? Well, next up is Melbourne. Then I'm trying to tie up all the loose ends. Melbourne, last episode of Carnival. Then I'm off to Banff to see Kevin. So then we've got Banff and all our Canada and Alaska. Then it's transatlantic. That's so the diary.
We're thinking sort of February.
No, it should be out.
2026.
We're home now for a good sort of 6 weeks, aren't we? No. Which would be great. Well, we're going away in the camper and bits and bobs. But
we're home now for 6 weeks. We're going away tomorrow for 5 days.
No.
We get back, then we're going away in the camper for 2 weeks.
I know, but they're trips that we could do a little bit of work on.
The weather was fabulous.
Oh.
Apart from the 5 days it rained.
So yes, so soon. Well, oh yeah, he's a donut, isn't he? And Susan's asking, have you cruised down the Suez Canal? Yes, we have. You booked next year on Discovery too. We did it on Royal Discovery and we had a brilliant time. We loved it. Make sure you get up for sunrise because there's something about an Arabian sunrise. It was amazing. My poor fell asleep on the deck, didn't you? But while he was stood there holding the... So do check our vlogs out. We've got a vlog series about that.
4 in the morning in my defence.
We did get it really early, but it was worth it,
and we'd only gone to bed about 2 o'clock. It wasn't even worth going to bed in hindsight. We just should have stayed up drinking, really, and then gone out.
Yeah, we should have. But yes, so enjoy. It's a fabulous itinerary. Ian's saying that Queen Anne details are confusing. If you dig into the info, it says Golden Lion has included food, but extra for drinks. Okay, think Cunard need to clarify. Yeah, they do, because obviously there's already confusion.
Yeah, well,
isn't there?
Because that's always been the case.
Yeah.
You always have to pay for drinks in there.
We're on the maiden cruise of Queen Anne, so we'll be and hopefully we'll be going live from there too. So we'll be able to tell you that from. And Lee's saying the same. Weirdly, everything's shown as an extra cost on Queen Anne. Chart room, Queen's room, Golden Lion, everything. Yeah, no, that must be wrong, because the chart room, the Queen's room, the Golden Lion, everything is just, they're just bars where you buy drinks. They wouldn't charge you to go in there. And the only one that does food is Golden Lion.
They do bring you some crisps, friend.
It is reflected drinks aren't free, because they're not unless you've got the drinks package. So Cruz is asking, will you be on the potential...
Cruise with Amber's asking.
Cruise with Amber? What did I say?
You didn't say that, mate. You said cruise with, and then some words came out. I don't know what they were. Carole has to watch it back because I don't think she believes me. I was telling you, it was like cruise with Amber.
So cruise with Amber. My brain does go faster than my mouth.
Which
anyway, cruise with Amber saying, will you be on the potential ex-Portsmouth Virgin Voyager sailors? If they came up as a real bargain and we were free, I'd like to do another one, because we had so much fun on the other ones. Even though it's not Paul's favourite line, we did have a laugh and we did have fun. As you know, Steph, because we were in the nightclub with you till 4 a.m.
Well, of course, but Steph gave you COVID.
But it was great fun. But it's not your favourite, is it? But like you say, if they're good prices, and going from Portsmouth, we love Portsmouth. And it's always good to go to Portsmouth. We always pop to see Mark and Marie, don't we? We really like their company.
And of course, because I got my finger on the cruising pulse, the 3rd Virgin ship has just been launched. You didn't know that, did you?
The 3rd?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's been coming for ages, hasn't it?
You didn't know it had been launched, though, did you?
No.
See, I'm a font of knowledge.
So
I don't know what it's called or anything.
Ian say hi from Elaine and Ian, our second live. Oh, hopefully there'll be lots more too. Travel life with Lucy. Hello there. Have you ever done a Baltic cruise? If yes, any tips? No, not yet. We are. That's our group cruise, isn't it?
Cruises,
we're going to touch on a little bit the Baltic.
So if you want to ask that question in approximately 650 days' time,
well, it's 672.
Well, 672. We can answer that.
So, and Kevin's kindly sharing our links, so do go and check those out if you want to know more about Cunard. Are you going on any other cruise bloggers meetups in the near future? Not got any planned as yet. Everyone's been busy. Summers are really busy. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the winter, because often people come up with some ideas or sort of a cheeky 3-dayer or whatever here.
Well, you say that, but hopefully if all things go to plan, and they are in the chat, I will be meeting up with Ken Goes Cruising in approximately 3 weeks' time.
Oh, yes, but that's not cruising.
Well, he's a cruise blogger and I'm a cruise blogger.
Okay, but not on a cruise.
Doesn't say on a cruise. Are you going on any of the cruise blogger meetups?
Oh, yes, like the one we did in Cardiff. Yeah. No, none planned at the moment, but hopefully.
I've got one planned in about 3 weeks' time. I'm going to meet Ken that Goes Cruising in Lindsay.
Tina said, have we been on Aurora? No, we haven't, but we would love to, because that is a very popular P&O ship. And Ian's saying there's rumours that the drinks price going up to $90 a day. For 5 days and under. Well, you never used to be able to get the drinks package on Cunard for 4 days and under.
Yeah.
So maybe they are going to put that up.
I think but I don't think they need to do that, because the price of their drinks, because they bang 15% surcharge on everything, gratuities, despite the fact that they charge you auto gratuities, they also charge you gratuities on your drinks, and they also expect you to tip your waiter. So just the average drink is a tenner. And these, I got to be honest, the 4-day Cunard cruise, especially the one to Hamburg and the ones like that, it's not a true reflection of a Cunard cruise, because it can be a little bit of a booze cruise. So they don't really, I don't know. I think, or maybe they're just trying to encourage people to have the package because it's just easier to process when the waiters are serving.
Johnson has QM2 changed, but not been us since 2017. We've been this our 3rd time. We don't feel the ship's changed much at all. We've always had good service on Queen Mary 2, haven't we? And we had really, really good service on this. So for us, the experience wasn't different at all.
We spoke to people. We spoke to people on the cruise. Oh yeah, I went to the main dining room last night. The food was a bit ropey. We only went there twice.
Well, 3 times. We did lunch as well, didn't we?
But on the evening meal, we went there twice on the gala days, and we thought the food was fabulous and the service was excellent. And then most of the other time, we went to the buffet.
Yeah, King's Court. Yeah. Morris is late. Morris. Thanks for joining. No problem. Like I say, with our lives, dip in and out, we don't have a problem. As long as you come and say hi, that's brilliant. And Warren's saying hi from San Antonio in Texas. So thank you for joining from there. Donna's saying hi from Geordie Land. Why, I man? Would you do a different transatlantic after QM2?
We're going to have about 4 people watching at some point, because
we've got 306.
Yeah, I know, but you've alienated about 295 of them.
We love the Geordies; they're good fun. So, would we do a different transatlantic? Yes, definitely. I would love to. It was such a civilized way to come home. I would definitely do it the way that we did, even though we had so many people tell us we're doing it the wrong way. Because coming from New York and coming home, no jet lag. Waking up in Southampton, we just drive an hour and a half home. It was just brilliant. So loved it. Bill's asking, is the transatlantic rough sea? It depends on what time of year you go. Ours was absolutely fine. And Alf is just saying, how are the nibbles? Oh, yes, they give out crisps, which is lethal, isn't it? They do crisps and nuts. And they got to know us, would you like some crisps? And we're like, oh, just a little bowl. And then another bowl would appear.
In the pub, they give some olives out as well. I've seen somebody had some olives.
Maybe that's...
Maybe that's paid for that.
Or maybe they were in the martinis.
That's what it was. I couldn't tell the difference between a jar with some olives in and a martini glass.
Well, they would have brought a jar out. It would have been in a little silver bowl, like the crisps come in they were in a glass bowl, actually. Anyway, Catherine Rees, we're visiting Naples off next cruise. Haven't booked excursions. Any tips?
Yes. Could you go to... there's a pizza place, and there's a picture of Diego Maradona on the wall, and I left a backpack in there about 18 months ago. If you could pop in and get that for me, I'd be very, very grateful.
Yes.
And if you walk around Naples, you'll get the irony of what I just said, because there's about 7,000 pizza shops, and about 6,900 of them have got a picture of Diego Maradona outside.
Naples is a funny one. It's a very gritty, earthy city. You've got to be really on the ball, walking around. We quite like.
Was that your Diego Maradona link? Was it? You've got to be on the ball.
No, see, I didn't even know I did that. It's very interesting. We had the excellent pizza. I was going to say the best pizza then, but it wasn't the best pizza, because we had the best pizza in New York, didn't we? With Kevin, it was absolutely fantastic. But we had excellent pizza in Naples. There's a lot of, if you want to do shopping, high street shopping, there's a big street, which, that's not our thing. So we only know that there's like little restaurants and little tavernery type places, aren't there, that you could get some food. So we've done that twice now. And the other times we did excursions to, I can't remember now. Was it Florence? I think it might have been Florence.
I don't know.
Right. Linda's on QM2 this Friday, so have a fabulous time. So Ian's just talking about Viking there. And Warren said he just got back from Norway on the Regent Navigator. Oh, Oh, that's very luxurious and lovely. I would presume we've never tried that.
No.
Janet's just mentioned Britannia. Yeah, for those of you that I'm sure a lot of you are cruising fans, you'll have seen what's been happening with the terrible, terrible weather in Palma, in Mallorca, where the ropes broke on Britannia and it glided into a tanker, and it then damaged some of the lifeboats. So they had to reduce passenger capacity to fly some people home. It's been a nightmare at the airport, apparently, because obviously there's other holiday makers out there that are having a terrible time with hotels that have had damage and things.
But there's also been an air traffic controller issue.
Yeah, so it's been a really, really difficult time. So thinking of all those that have had their Britannia holidays and cruises mucked up. Dawn said, did you think more entertainment is put on for a transatlantic cruise? Not from a music point of view. I think from a enrichment point of view, yes.
But we spoke to some people who did the there and back, and they said there was more entertainment going than there was coming back, which was interesting, and more diverse entertainment. But obviously we couldn't.
They had ballet on the one going over, didn't they?
No.
And I don't know if it was a specific ballet cruise. So we obviously didn't have that. But it was the same as what we were expecting after we'd done a 4-day cruise on there. You know, it was the same venues, had entertainment, everything. There wasn't no less, was there? No. So Ken saying Vancouver misses us. Oh, we had such a great time going around Canada. Caroline Jones is asking... we've booked onto Mirror Voyager next May in a junior suite. I haven't looked at the deck plan. We're under the pool snack shack. Is it worth moving somewhere less noisy? Now, we had a junior suite on Discovery that was underneath the snack shack. Look at the deck plans to see whereabouts. Is it close to the pool, or is it close to where the snack shack and the lift shaft is? Because that makes all the difference. Because you won't necessarily get noise from the snack shack, but you might get noise from beds on the pool deck.
Can I interject there? Because the snack shack on the Voyager is totally different to the snack shack on the other one, because the snack shack is out on the pool deck on Voyager, whereas it's sort of set in the corner, not really out on the pool deck.
Yeah, that's true. So, but you still wouldn't get a lot of scraping of beds and stuff. So that would be my concern. So I'd check the deck plans. We were on, what deck were we on with Mirror Voyage? And that was under the pool deck. And we were just on the corner of Snack. And we didn't have any issue at all. We didn't hear anything, did we? Peter saying, welcome back. We always follow you. Thank you very much. Sherry's just chatting about, she's just been on a mega trip all around Lapland, Finland, 21 days altogether. So that she's been chatting about it in our Discord, which is always good to see everyone sharing their holidays there. Haley's asking, when you're looking for bargains, do you go straight to the cruise line, or is an online company that's a go-to? I tend to look at all the sort of, just to find a itinerary. I tend to look at the Igloo or the Cruise Kings, all those, just to find the itinerary. I don't use those people.
All the companies we wouldn't use.
All the companies, just because their websites actually are very easy to navigate. So I think, oh, that's an itinerary I like. Then I go straight to Dan, and we've got our own travel agent. I say to Dan, right, what can you do this for? So that's how we work it, isn't it, really? Yeah.
And I'd still rather pay Dan a little bit extra than use Igloo or somebody like that. We had
a bad experience with Igloo, trying to get some money back, which put us off that. But lots of people use them, have had no issues. But for us, having our own personal travel agent has just been a revelation, and we're so thankful for Dan. If you do want to try Dan, because I can't recommend him enough, we always write in the description below his details, and you won't regret him because he's been excellent.
You won't regret him.
No, not at all. He's lovely.
You won't regret it.
Regret it. First cruise of Southampton in 2 weeks. How have you found the Bay of Biscay?
Terrible. Oh.
No, you never know. We've had God, I'm sweating here, Paulie. Yeah. It's hot in here, isn't it? So the weather here in the UK, when it's raining, when it's get cold, and then it's all hot again. First cruise of Southampton. Have you found the Bay of Biscay? So we've had rough, not hugely rough, where it's like, oh my God, this is feeling really, really bad. But we've certainly felt it, and we've had it like a mill pond. So you never know. So it's pot luck. You just don't know, do you? Alfie saying, I did have a hooky box, but I got pills for it. Brilliant. And Peter's on Umbrella Cruises before Christmas. So yeah, Morella's great. We had such a fun time. And Cheryl said, nice that we can see your friend. Yes, it'd be lovely to see Andy later. That's always good. Andy is here from Morton and the Marsh. That's just up the road from us. And Anne's just saying, just to reassure, that they stayed in the executive suite under the pool deck on Explorer, which is the same layout as Voyager, and heard no noise at all. So, so that's good. So Simon Fly says bonsoir from the French Pyrenees. I was going to go, you're no, fairly new to your channel and loving it. I was going to try and do a French accent, but I won't embarrass myself. So,
well, it hasn't stopped me for the rest of the evening.
No. So thank you, Simon. Thank you for that you found our channel and you're really enjoying it. That's great to hear. So, Linda saying, how do hubby Ray and I get unhooked from your vlogs? You're a very bad influence. 3 cruise booked, and we've only ever booked one at a time. Sorry, Linda, but that's great to hear. The purpose of us doing our vlogs was to obviously share our travels and inspire people to travel and try something a little bit different. So that just makes, when I see comments like that, that makes me very, very happy.
But if you send us like quite a substantial amount of money, we can block you so you can't watch any of our videos.
No. Warrington, I met up with a scout leader. I met in 1997 at the Scout World Jamboree in Sydney, Australia. Had not had contact till a month ago. I met up outside Stavanger by the Pulpit Rock. It's great, isn't it, catching up with people you haven't seen for a long time. It's a bit nerve-wracking sometimes, because when we were meeting Andy in Adelaide, we were like, oh, what if, because I hadn't seen him for so many years, but you know what, it was like, as soon as it was just like time had not gone past, had it? It was great. Your impression of Paulie Monan. Jack's here, so lovely to see you. And let's adventure with Lucy. Hello from Scranton, PA. Is that Pennsylvania? Glad you're back safe. It doesn't look old, Carl. It looks as good as you. Yeah, Lucy and Glyn were asking our stories. Who's the oldest? Paulie Morgan. Yeah, and Nick's saying that he was booked on Beyond, but they've cancelled a lot of cruises. Yeah, and I'm not sure the reason why. Does anyone know? Let us know in the comments. The cruise kind we had to book on Equinox.
No, I don't know what's.
Yeah, I don't know why Beyond's. Maybe they're having a refit, or they've had some change of itineraries. Not done Equinox, but done Eclipse, and we are going back on Eclipse next September. And we loved that class of ship, didn't we? We only did 4 days, but we thoroughly enjoyed it. So let's see, because time's are ticking, isn't it? Oh, Lou said a friend told us it was £700 to take a dog. Wow. Not as expensive as I thought then, but it's still £100 a day, isn't it?
Sorry.
I know what are you thinking? No, do not go there.
That's like
I know how it's.
That's like you definitely insert your own punchline here. I know.
So Hayley saying, my husband off on a Virtuoso in September, first time on MSC, but nervous, lots of mixed reviews. MSC is like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Lots of mixed reviews. Just go with an open mind and enjoy yourself. And like you say, first try it. If it's not for you, then don't do it again. That's what we say, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Kareem was saying we've just been chatting. For those of you who don't know, we have got a Patreon, which is a membership, which we've got obviously a link in the description. Oh, I think I've got a little thing here. I know. I think I've. Here we are. Here we are. Join us on Patreon, where we've got a few. You get a few little perks just for as little as £4 a month. So do check that out in the description below. So Paul is reading this. But it's lovely. We've got a Discord chat there, and oh, Corinne's jumped. Where's Corinne gone? There she is. Yes. Corinne was having a debate about different cruises, and everyone just hops in and with their advice, and everyone's got different experiences, so that's always helped. Now, Andy and Carl are interested in saying, Paulie, look.
Oh, sorry, we're back. Are we after your stickers you put on?
It's not stickers. We pre-booked the pet ship for a cruise on Silhouette in September and paid $54. Interesting. So I wonder if it's dearer on the Edge class ship than it is on the Silhouette and Eclipse. Maybe. Jack's asking when is our next cruise. Well, our next cruise isn't until the end of November, where we've got a replacement cruise from Azamara that we had all the issues with. So, but we thought we might be sneaking one in before then, but we think actually being home now, we just need to buckle down and get lots of vlogs done, and spend some time at home and go away in the camper instead. So, but we've got lots of exciting plans for next year. Corinne saying is co to rhyme with hot. Cot. Not telling you off, I love it. How can co rhyme with hot? Cot. Corinne.
I think I'm just thinking she's pressed, it's auto corrected to hot. So is it co to rhyme with ho? So it's Corinne.
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 Possibly.
Corinne.
Jones asked, did you enjoy 4 nights with dress up? We did. It was great fun. That's one thing about Cunard. If you love dressing up, Cunard is brilliant. Because everyone, well, not everyone, but most people do join in with the jollities, don't they? And it's a really great atmosphere. Chris is saying, sadly, I'm not Carol's cousin. Oh. Now, Joe's asking, this is a very interesting question, actually, Joe, because have you looked into Ambassador Cruises? We haven't up to now, and we were listening to Tom and Dom on their live, and they've done Ambassador. And what piqued my interest was Ambassador for Entertainment have got pure talent. They're the people that used to do all the entertainment for Morella. Now, TED Entertainment do Morella, and the entertainment's really good, but when it was pure, it was amazing, wasn't it? And it's still brilliant now, but we did like the what Pure Talent did was a lot of storytelling, a lot of sort of West End type shows. So and I didn't realise that with Ambassador. So we have looked previously because they go from Bristol too. But their prices weren't. We thought they were really quite expensive for the product that they were offering. But it's something that I would like to try in the future at some point. So Ash is back on Iona, so have a fab time there. Carole's joined us now as well, so that's great. Let's see what questions we've got. Paul said, I remember being in LAX, so it's Los Angeles, 30 years ago, and seeing this plane leave for Guadalajara. I think it sounded like the most exotic place. It does, doesn't it? Guadalajara. It sounds very, very. It says Guadalajara.
Guadalajara sounds more exotic than Guadalajara, which is what you called it.
Yes. Ken said the same as us. We never felt looked down on anyone on Cunard ship, but just on social media. Yeah, some of the Cunard Facebook groups are nasty.
But in all fairness, Ken, you and Lindsay are very, very posh.
Rose is here. Hi, Rose. Dan has been booking me on Iona today. Oh, brilliant. See, he's still working while he's on Virtuosa, whilst he's been on his cruise. Are the drinks expensive? P&O drinks aren't expensive. They're sort of pub prices, aren't they? They're very reasonable. So, again, that's another line that we don't choose to do the drinks package because we've done the maths and it just doesn't work out for us. But we've got all the prices, Rose, are on our website. And they were all updated when we went on Iona, which was in... Earlier this year.
Yeah, so they're all pretty much up to date, or they should be.
Jones said she agreed, Paul. Morella boys had t-shirts and flip-flops. And Ken says as well, long trousers in the restaurant. So yes.
See what I was just saying about our Cunard class.
Caroline's at Wrexham, watching City in the Wrexham AFC stand, waiting for the game start. Certainly can't see Ryan Reynolds, so Karen Paul, you guys have my full attention. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome if you were there and you saw him? For those that you don't know, do you want to explain Ryan Reynolds? Well, people should know who Ryan Reynolds is. He's a famous actor.
I've got no clue what you mean.
You are. It's football. It's Wrexham. He's bought Wrexham.
So Ryan Reynolds is a Canadian actor, by the way.
Oh, yes, he is.
And he's famous for playing Deadpool. This is probably one of his most famous recent roles, which is fabulous, but ultra violent, ultra sweary. But because I'm very childish, I really enjoyed it. And him and a friend of his, Rob McElhone, who is also an actor, writer, and I think he's one of his big things was. Is it Only Sunny in Philadelphia, I believe, which is a sitcom in America. And between the pair of them, they bought Wrexham AFC. It was a little North Wales Welsh side who had dropped out of the professional leagues altogether, but with the backing of Ryan and Rob, they've made it back into the big time, and they're now in the lowest tier of the Football League. So there's basically 4 divisions now. There's Premier League, Championship, Division 1, Division 2. Wrexham are now in Division 2, so they're back in the professional leagues. And he does turn up to a lot of their games.
It'd be lovely to see him, wouldn't it? Ooh, tasty. Kat says hello from Orlando. Just got back from Alaska, second cruise in 2 months. COVID on the first one, sick again now. I think it's Alaska. Yeah, a lot of people say they come back from Alaska. We didn't, did we? We came back to Alaska. We didn't have anything. We've got a sniffly cold, but Paul's a little bit run down because we got off Queen Mary on Friday. And Paul went straight racing, and he's been partying all weekend. Well, not partying. You didn't have lots of late nights, but you haven't had a rest, have you? Where I've had a lovely, relaxing weekend at home, doing lots of work, anticipating on the computer, but I've just been chilling out and snoozing. So it serves him right, doesn't it?
And just to sum up my racing weekend, I won my first race.
Yes.
And when I got back to the pits, I said to Al, my nephew, should I put it on the trailer? And he said, why? I said, because it ain't going to get any better than that this weekend. And unfortunately, I was right. So I made the final the first day and got black flagged, which means I was excluded from the race for jumping the start, even though I didn't jump the start, but my car was moving. I had 2 fourths the next day, which wasn't enough to make the final, but got crashed into like ridiculously. And then I did 1 race on Monday. I got a green flag for hitting another car, which I did. So that means I'm deducted 2 places. And then on the last corner, I got span out completely. So I finished last. So I finished 8th in an 8-car race, but was then deducted 2 places. So I managed to finish 10th in an 8-car race, which is something I've been racing for 40 years. And I've never achieved a 10th place finish in an 8-car race. So after that jollity, I didn't even go out in my second heat. I put it on the trailer and came home.
Yes. Sherry says she loved our flapper exits. Thank you. Oh, this is a difficult one, Paulie. Cunard Queen Anne versus Celebrity Apex for Norwegian Fjords. I'm torn between them. Both itineraries look great.
Well, the trouble is we haven't done either of those ships.
Well, we've done Cunard and we've done an Edge class.
Yes. My
gut feeling was, what itinerary has got the ports that you haven't been to? Yeah, because that would be my deciding factor with that.
Because Cunard are likely to be going to slightly smaller ports that you maybe wouldn't get into, because that's, I don't know whether Queen Anne's going to be. I don't know, though. Well, how big's Queen Anne? Is it going to be about 2,500, the same as the rest of them? Because I'm sure Apex is going to be bigger than that, isn't it?
So that would be what I would be looking at. What is the one what the itinerary that excites you most, or has got the most of the ports you haven't been to? But I would do it on either of those.
But the honest answer is none of those are a bad choice.
No, exactly. Another person for trousers in the MDR.
Yes, thank you, Tony.
Sharon's asking, absolutely, we're off on Celebrity Beyond Med Cruise in October. What do you think of Beyond? I look forward to all your videos and lives. As you probably heard, we love it. We've got 2 videos that we did a review on of Beyond on our channel, so go and check them out. But we had a fabulous time.
And one day, when we get a quiet moment, we are still going to do our Celebrity Beyond vlog series.
Yes, I'm hoping to get that done.
We've still got it all in the can.
Because there was a lot of good port information on there, wasn't there?
Yeah, so...
Mark's saying, what was the entertainment like on QM2? Love the entertainment on Celebrity Edge and wonder how it matches. It will be no match whatsoever. Nothing, Celebrity, the Edge class theatre, and what they offer in Eden is
chalk and cheese.
Chalk and cheese. It's far more glitzy. It's far more glamorous. It's far more showy. Cunard do some very traditional shows, which we thoroughly enjoyed. But the Edge class ship with entertainment throughout the ship is superb, isn't it?
Well, I got drifted off then because somebody's putting that spiders back.
Oh no!
Carole told me on the weekend.
Well, do you know what?
A spider came from somewhere, and she said it's the biggest spider she's ever seen. And I'm sat here with no shoes on, so I'm going to pop upstairs now.
No,
I'm going to lift my feet up.
I was sat. I've got a lovely lady, Sam, who comes and does my nails, and she does our massages about every 6 to 8 weeks. She's fabulous. And we were sat literally at this table chatting away and doing my nails, and there was a moth that was annoying us. No, a fly that was annoying us. And I thought, oh god. And all of a sudden we just seen this thing, no joke, and it was huge, walked from under the telly. We're like, oh my gosh. But luckily we what's the matter? You've got cramp. You pulled a hamstring. Oh my god.
Oh, I got cramp.
Oh dear. So we don't think the spider's back. We can't see him.
More cider in my diet.
Oh, Kevin's saying, same with me, Albania. Yeah, it was really bizarre. It was a very odd feeling. You all right?
Oh.
Claire's off to the Greek islands on Sunday. Oh, enjoy. And Jerry's saying that if you want to experience snooters, try Saga. We witnessed it on every cruise that we've done with them. Really? We didn't have that on our cruise, did we?
No, because we were the ones that were being snooty.
No. Oh, that's interesting, Jerry. So
we've only done one proper Saga cruise, which was a 5-dayer, and I got to be honest, we didn't have any issues with that, to be fair. And obviously, the only other one we did was a 2-dayer, but it was all in conjunction with the naming ceremony, so it was all travel agents.
Yeah. So Show's just saying, I agree with Barcelona. Once is enough. What you've seen, it's got some lovely, beautiful places. I think we're missing something. A cruise with Amber saying, do love Barcelona, but I think Barcelona's best explored in low season on land. Yes, I think that's probably, yeah, totally agree. It's huge to re-experience in 1 day or 8 hours on a cruise. So let's put... Kevin said he did an amazing tapas food tour in Barcelona. Oh, yes. See, something like that you would love.
I would love.
You would love. Yes, Mandy's saying, thanks for recognition last week, by the way, Carole. Received my adapter plug this morning. See, Paul's telling me off for saying that we've got an Amazon store. We've got all these fabulous accessories that you can go and click on and buy. And now someone's bought one. So there we are. That's excellent. Not someone, Mandy.
I must have missed that when I told you off, huh? Oh, I did. I accused you of being on QVC, didn't I?
Oh, let's have a look. See what other questions we've got. Janet's asking, do you know...
Sorry, go
on. Do you know how we find the theme nights on Anthem as we go on Sunday? We don't, actually, because we didn't...
No, I didn't.
No, we didn't.
I didn't even know they had theme nights.
Corinne's saying, rhymes with Colin. So Corinne.
Let's just call her Colin from now on.
Oh! Yes, Ian saying with Grass Fjord Group booked before end of 2025 cruise ship restricted. That's definitely right. We heard obviously 2026 is if they don't adhere.
You'll only be able to go up there in a canoe.
Yes,
because apparently Sadiq Khan, what it is Sadiq Khan is extending the ULEZ zone to the fjords in Norway. So if you go out there, you'll have to pay $12.50 a day ULEZ charge.
And John said, look, don't pick on your lovely wife so much. Yeah, I can't. And Sherry said she'll hit him out of the line.
Well, she'll batter him. He's like...
Nat's here. Nat's saying, haven't seen you two for ages. Wasn't it Matthew Broderick in the Stepford Wives?
I'm not going to... Yeah, but that was the remake, wasn't it? With, I'm sure it was Nicole Kidman. Why do I think... No, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm a totally different film. Will Ferrell was in the remake of Bewitched. But yes, I think you might be right, Nat, actually. If it wasn't that, it was Hot Fuzz.
Lucy, and they're going to Scavenger. I'm sure that means Stavanger, Oldham, Hawksford, and Helseth. Well, Stavanger's easy to explore by foot, and they do some fantastic rib excursions from Stavanger, which we've done.
We did. It was great.
And that was great. It went out to the fjord that's close by, which I can't forgotten the name, but that's really good to do. And also Oldham is beautiful. Just get yourself on the little noddy train or on the hop-on, hop-off bus and go exploring, because it's just beautiful in Oldham.
It's great.
Yeah, and the keys are still included. Brad's here. Hi, Brad. Hi from Travel Marble Polaris in Vienna. First time I've been to join your live. Brad, I'm just, I'm so excited, Brad, because I've been going through all the Melbourne stuff this morning. It's brought back so many wonderful memories of our 5 days there, because we got taken to the island, which is called where the penguins are. Oh my gosh, I've forgotten. Can you remember? Phillip Island. Yes. By Brad and his wife, and it was absolutely amazing. So, and we'll never be able to thank you enough for that. It was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it? So it's been great just looking through those clips and seeing that. But they've been over here. We just missed them when we flew out to New York. Brad was flying in and we just couldn't meet up, which was a shame, because it would have been lovely to do dinner. But we're already planning, hopefully in 2025, to meet up again. So we're glad you've had a great time, Brad. So safe travels home when you get off, because I think this is your last part, isn't it? So Andrea is, Cunard Girls no different to the suite experience on any line as enhanced diner for suites guests. I've cruised from inside to girls on Cunard, people have the same throughout. Yeah. So we haven't had that experience. Jack saying, where you're going in the camper? We're heading up to the Peak District, we're hoping to, aren't we? Sort of that area.
Derbyshire.
Yes.
Sort of.
So looking forward to that. Hope you check the camper van battery, Paulie. Mr.
Checked it for what?
We'll check it's working. What's it like trying to get a seat?
It's working. I was driving it yesterday.
Yes. What's it like trying to get a seat in the various venues on QM2? Boarding for tea on Monday on our first ever cruise. Beyond excited, but a little nervous. If you want to go to venues that have got music on, make sure you get there early. The Golden Lion gets really, really busy, as does the chart room. Queen's room's not so bad unless you want seats right at the front. And G32 is fine, isn't it? Because you can just get them dance and party around. So what other venues have I missed?
Well, it's Commodore, but we only went there in the daytime.
Yeah, Commodore Club gets busy for sort of pre-dinner drinks. And is a nice sort of quietest place to piano music in the evening.
But within the first couple of days, you'll get the feel of where you want to migrate to. And then you'll know that, like with the Queen's room, like big band night in the Queen's room is absolutely superb. But well, you might not like it at all, but I think it's amazing. Yeah. And one of the songs they play, which I love, is called Sing, 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 which is by Benny Goodman. Now, I was trying to describe this to somebody the other day. They're now using it for the new Sky Sports advert. So when you watch the new Sky Sports advert, that's Sing, Sing, Sing by Benny Goodman. And it's an amazing tune. And seeing about 12 or 13 musicians playing that it's worth going to the Queen's room just for that alone. But on the big band night, get there early, get a seat as close to the dance floor as properly, and then you can properly soak up the full atmosphere would be my recommendation.
Yeah, exactly that. Have a fabulous time. Sherry said, we do too, so entertainment, laughing so hard. Oh, great to hear. Ken says, I just found out my cousin they work in customer service for Thatcher's. Ooh. We have to chat with him in a few weeks' time, look. Oh. And Sailing Falcon was saying, hit the thumbs up button. Everything, yes, please. If you enjoy our lives, then please give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. So Tony's here saying, been on board a cruise 3 weeks ago. The sailing to Stockholm is fantastic. Yes, heard that. It's amazing. Copenhagen, Oslo, and Tillett are lovely. Skagen, hire a bike. You'll need cash. Yes. So thanks for that.
Claire's asking about
tips on Princess. It's included in your Princess Plus if you have it.
But we've never done Princess without doing the Princess Plus, so I genuinely can't tell you. But if it's like every other cruise line, what they do is usually they auto gratuity you up during the first night. So you're good or bad. So if you're not on the drinks package, if you haven't got the Princess Plus, so you just get pay as you go, you'll go to bed thinking you spend about 30 quid that day, and then you'll wake up the next day and you would have spent about 300. But that's because they bang the tips on the first night.
Yeah.
But if you're on the Plus package, which covers the gratuities, then you won't have to worry about it at all.
So Kevin's just saying, please give my best wishes to June. Brilliant. That's my sister Jane. Oh, we'll do, Kevin. Yeah.
She might even be watching, Kevin. You never know.
She'll never write well, she wrote a comment once. She secretly watches sometimes. So hello, Jane, if you're watching.
Hello, June.
Ken said, have you seen the extremely cheap NCL transatlantic trip on Norwegian Joy early next year? Under £400 for 10 nights. Really? Ooh. I wonder what that covers. And when you actually worked out drinks and all the add-ons of eating and stuff, I wonder how much that actually was. But yeah, that does sound a bargain. But often it's not what you seem, is it?
Yeah, because I've got to be honest, I now and again read stuff. Carole thinks I don't know nothing, but I do now and again. But apparently NCL are one of the worst cruise lines for what they call nickel and diming.
Yes.
You know, would you like a seat, sir? That's £5. Do you want a glass for that drink? That's £3.
It would be dollars, I'm sure.
What? Oh, mate, is that what we're going with? Is that
Cruise that was saying there's nuts and olives in the Commodore Club. Yes, there wasn't there with our last cruise? We didn't go there in the evening.
There was olives in the Golden Lion pub, but obviously Carole cast aspersions because you don't think I know what olives look like when they're outside of a drink.
Nibbles are lethal. They are. And Dick saying, sorry for being practically a stranger. No problem, Dick. University's very difficult. Well, good luck with your studies. Thanks for all the lovely postcards. I almost feel I'm traveling with you. I'm glad you enjoy them. And good luck with the university. That's most important. So stick at it, because it'll be worth it in the end, hopefully. Alison said, from Naples, take a boat to Capri. That's a good idea.
We did, in all fairness, we did look at that, but it was about 10 hours.
Yeah.
And we thought, well, what if...
And I would do it as an excursion from the ship, because if you got there and you couldn't get back, I would be a panic.
Because Google Claire would be able to tell me that, but it wasn't Capri where, I believe, Gracie Fields, the old singer from 1900 and Frozen to Death, I think she lived there in her... She did. In her later
She's buried
life.
there.
Yeah, there you go.
She is.
Every day's a school gay, kids, you know.
Lisa saying, do you have a favourite Cunard ship? I'm looking for a Norwegian fjord cruise. I wonder which one might be best. Do you know, I love Queen Elizabeth. I love the layout of Queen Elizabeth. It is similar to Queen Victoria, but I just love that the garden room at the top.
Yes.
And I love that on the Queen's room, on the Elizabeth and the Victoria, that it's in the middle of the ship and it's 2-story. So if we went on another Cunard ship, I think it would either be, well, we're obviously going on Queen Anne, but my first picks would be Elizabeth, Victoria. Yeah. Love Queen Mary too, but we've done it 3 times now, so I feel like we've done it well, and you know that's great. So Dick's asking, we decided not to cruise from San Francisco to Hawaii, but instead of flying out to London June, I would do a Mediterranean cruise. Any cruise line suggestions? So many, Dick. It depends what you like.
And that's the beauty of if you're going to well, I don't want to dissuade you from flying to London, because obviously London's fabulous, but you'd be better off flying to somewhere in the Med, because if you fly to somewhere in the Med, you're going to have so much choice of cruises you'll be able to take, and there's so many lines operate out in the Med, from Morella, Carnival, Celebrity, all, virtually you name them, they're going to do it. Whereas from Southampton, you're a bit more restricted, and to get to the Med from Southampton, you've got to go through the Bay of Biscay, which is what we discussed earlier. So maybe fly to London and then another short flight out to the Med after. But doing the Med from the Med, you will find a lot better, because for a start, instantly you're into good weather. Whereas not always, but you've got more of a chance. Whereas when you're going out of Southampton,
you spend 2 days getting there and 2 days coming back.
So if it's a 7-day cruise, you've lost half your cruise.
No, that's a good point.
I know sometimes I come out with
but do let us know what your likes and dislikes are, and we can advise you more.
Point you in the right direction.
Yes, we're happy to do that. Melody's asking, plan to do Norwegian for the first time, what ports are not to be missed, if only I anticipate being doing it once. For me,
there's
Flam, Olden, and Skolden. They're the 3 that I just absolutely love, and a Garanga. So there's 4 that are my favourite.
And I can't answer this question, because I never know what port is what until I get there. And then I go, oh, this is Olden. But all them when she said you won't be far wrong with.
They're the 4. If I see them on a Norwegian itinerary, I get very excited. Right. So Maureen John here from Scotland, waving. Hey.
Good luck.
Right. Let's have a look, because time's ticking. Look.
Yes, I know. It's
mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
we should be going out.
Let's just check if Morris asking, tropical mixed crisp or nuts. Crisp for me, definitely. Crisps, yes. Oh yeah, Tina said, oh no, don't mention igloo, still waiting for my answer to my complaint.
Well, there you go.
Tina said that's why you should use Dan.
Yeah, use Dan. I mean, Dan's on a cruise, and somebody said they booked a cruise with him today, so that just goes to show how efficient young Dan is.
Yes, Stark said we spent more on the Hamburg cruise and QM2 than on the fair. We've done that, didn't we, on our first Queen Elizabeth cruise of 4 days? We went crazy because we were with friends.
And that's the friends who are getting married this weekend, by the way.
Yes, it is.
We did a 4-day cruise with them, and our bar bill was more than when we did a 7-day cruise on our own.
Well, it was more than the 10-day cruise on our own. It was the 10-day Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. So, Cass said, we'll have done to have booked the group cruise, and we've booked our cruise February. Yeah, brilliant.
And my birthday on the 20th.
It was the 20th, yeah. Yeah, lots of recommendations in the comments for Dan. Mark said I think Beyond has been moved to the Caribbean, so cruise cancelled. Okay. So yeah, that's people are being repatriated to the Caribbean, hence cancellation. Right, let's have a look.
Tell them, Kevin. Only 109 likes. Come on,
give us your thumbs up.
Thumbs up, don't cost you nothing.
Exactly, it's free. I said I went into a closure of Barcelona and I was just looking like I was dirt. Catherine said we pay £53 for celebration for next week. Oh, well, that's interesting, isn't it then? And Corinne's still saying rhyme with Colin. So let's have a look. Let's scroll down.
Corin.
Oh, don't.
Corin. We saying Corinne, and we were sounding the E. Corin.
Oh, Mark's saying we're watching photograph from our Wrexham home. Rob McElhenney is his name. I remember Wrexham beating Tottenham in the cup at White in the 1979 3-2. Oh, how old were you been then?
15.
Yeah, do you remember it?
No, but I know that we won the FA Cup the following year and the year after. No, we won it in 80, 81 and 81, 82. Because that's when we had the famous Oz is going to Wembley, his knees have gone all trembly. Come on, you Spurs. I mean, they don't write songs like that anymore, do they?
Nick saying, as a petrol, what does Paulie Morgan race?
You'll be very unimpressed. I race a Vauxhall Corsa, and I'm currently having a Vauxhall Nova built, which is like a little 1300cc hatchback. So yeah, it's good fun. But
not Monday, wasn't?
Well, not Monday, no. Well, in all fairness, I got that. I was just laughing when I thought like I've just finished 10th in an NCAA. I come off laughing.
Lynn's asking, "Am I going away this Christmas and New Year?" No, not planned to. Plan to be home with friends and family because I got a little bit homesick, didn't I, in Australia? But we are planning to go away before Christmas, and we are going away in February. If these plans come together, we're going on the most epic trip, possibly to the Far East. Cruise with Amber. Oi, Mr. Morgan. I did not give you COVID, cheeky. We're the ones who got off that shit without catching it.
Well, me and Carole, we both had it.
We did. Well, that fair play.
But in all fairness, I'm not casting aspersions, Steph, but the amount we all had to drink that night, I'm amazed we caught anything, to be honest. We were bloody pickled by the end of the night.
Mark saying the days of Mickey Thomas and Bobby Shinton.
Mickey Thomas, old Man United boy, he was as well, though. And he was the first one to do he got fouled, he did a big dive on the floor, and then he looked up at the camera and did a little
wink, did he?
First one, he was a cheeky winker, he was.
I was he?
Yeah.
Kevin said you need more magnesium.
Oh. Well, thanks for that, Kevin.
Yeah, Welsh Cruise said they're looking forward to Discovery USA. Yes, they're not doing it. Jamie was telling us that the Morello are stopping doing the American ports that they're doing, New York, because it's not economical enough. They have to go, it's too far a distance to go in the short amount of time that they have. Dave just said they've just had some fantastic entertainment on Celebrity. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. Kevin's sharing our shop. Yes. So if you need any accessories, make sure you do that. So thanks, Kevin. John Herbert saying, just talk about nice to see. What's your longest cruise and have you done back-to-back? We did Australia on Azamara. We did 25 nights. So we got a vlog series about that, so check that out. And Lou's just popped in. So lovely to see you, Lou. Ready to avoid Hurricane Idalia. Yeah. Oh, I hope it goes well, Lou.
Yeah, stay safe.
Some crazy weather around the world, isn't there? Auntie's just got back from Cornwall and saying about your trip in your Contiki motorhome. Yeah, we're planning that in a few weeks,
but not to Cornwall.
So let's have a look.
We're driving in the old Skoda.
Yeah. Mandy said we're coming our way in the camp van. We're at Long Eaton between Nottingham Dargate, some fabulous places. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Auntie says you remind me of that TV advert from years ago. You've been tangoed. I remember that. Oh, that's brilliant.
Is that because of my face or my shirt?
Claire's saying about the tips for Princess. We don't know, Claire, sadly, because we've always had the package and we didn't. That's one of the drinks packages posts that you've not got to do yet, have you, Princess?
I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, the individual tips for drinks, because I know on Cunard, and they do on other cruise lines as well, is when if you've got a sign for a drink, there is an option to give an additional tip. So, but that will then go straight onto your card that day. But I don't think Princess have a gratuity charge per drink like Cunard do. I think the price you see is the price you pay. Whereas Cunard, it's like that's $10, and then when you sign your bill, it's like $11.50 because they put 15% on.
I can't believe all the comments. There's just so many. So I think we're gonna. I just wanted to say a few things.
Carole left her.
Jake's just saying thank you, Carole and Pauline, everyone else that can't come off the distraction. Yeah, we're glad we've helped in a tiny little way. So you take care of yourself, Jake. Yeah. I wanted to just say a few things before we go. Before we went to New York, we were interviewed by Baz on the Big Cruise podcast. For those of you who don't know, it's a huge podcast in Australia. They're based in Perth, and Baz and Chris Frame actually is one of the co-presenters on that. And we talked all about our time in Canada and Alaska. So if you're into podcasts, then please go and check that out because it was just a joy to talk to, wasn't it?
It was fun, yeah.
We've done 2 podcasts out also, and also check out the Joy of Cruising podcast with Paul Thornton, because he's got some fantastic people from the cruising world that he chats to all the time. So there's a couple of good.
He's got some fantastic people from the cruising world, and he's got Paul and Carole love to travel.
Exactly. So we're going to wrap it up now because oh my god, we've gone over like nearly.
No, I told you that.
But I'm glad that we got to answer everyone's questions. That's what we're here for.
I've been nudging her leg for the last 3/4 of an hour, saying, "Come on, mate, wrap it up."
So thanks again for joining us. Next week we're back to our regular slot on Thursday, which we will be for the foreseeable future because we're home from cruising. So we just want to say thank you so much. It's a pleasure as always, and take care, everyone, and we'll see you very soon.